This is Laura Foley, the cheater of Death by PowerPoint. I'm here to respond to some questions I got about the video I posted on how I redesigned this slide. A number of you were wondering about an animation that appears when we go from slide 2 to 3. Let me demonstrate that animation. On slide 2 we have this appearing, this appearing. That wasn't the thing that caused the question. Here's the effect that people were asking about. How did I make the image and text float to the top of slide 3 before the other animations come on? It is very easy. It's not an animation technique, it is a transition technique. Slide 3 is selected. Up here in the Transitions tab I have Morph selected, whereas in contrast slides 2 and 1 have None selected. What that means, the None transition, means that on slide 1 we have these animations and then boom, slide 2 appears. And then the transition of slide 3 is Morph, so I can make this animation happen. And it's a very easy thing to do. I'll duplicate that for you right now. Let me select slide 2 and I will make a duplicate slide of that. And for slide 3 I'm going to remove this and I'm going to move these up to the top of the slide. And I'm also going to get rid of all of these animations here. I'm also going to get rid of the source. I've moved this up to the top, so watch what happens now when I do the morph technique. So animation, animation, morph. Didn't work. I didn't select morph. Okay, let's try it again. 1, 2, morph. Boom. Now with Morph you can do more than just move objects around, but let me reiterate that I duplicated this slide to make the objects slide to one place to another. If you don't do that, I'll show you, if you simply add an object onto the slide, it will just seem to appear with the Morph technique. I'm going to click this little star to play the animations. So not very dramatic. Now we're going to stick with the things that we have. I'm going to make this smaller, not bothering with the type, and I'm going to make this larger again, not worrying about the type because I'm just looking for the images. When I do the animation now, that happens. This is an interesting effect to play around with because you can make it almost Prezi-like in that things can shrink and blow up on the slide, and it's a pretty cool technique. You need to play around with things that are on the slide already to get a lot of the really cool stuff. Let me show you another technique we could do. Let's change the typeface to anything here. There's a big one. And we're going to make sure that the transition is Morph. So when I animate that again, that happens. Morph is pretty cool, changing typeface, changing color. Let's do one more demonstration here. We'll change the color of this to anything, let's say red. And here's what the morph looks like. So play around with that. It's up in the Transitions tab in the ribbon, Morph. This is available on Office 365 version of PowerPoint. I think it might be also available on 2016 version of PowerPoint, but I don't think it's available on 2008, definitely not on 2003. Do play around with the Morph technique. It is a slick way to get animation that a lot of people haven't seen before. Give it a try. Hope this tip has given you a new way that you can cheat death by PowerPoint. Bye-bye.